Hello, folks. How's it going? Instant match reaction, of course. I believe Bruno Guimaraes is talking. Let me see what Bruno is saying real quick.
Um,
There you go.
Tired game. I
Let's
think
listen to Bruno.
they deserve to win. We were not in the level, but it was good for me to come back where I love to be in Newcastle. So I'm happy to be here again.
We're listening to Bruno. It's a bit low, but that's their feed.
今日対戦しました横浜 F マリノスの印象
Let me see. Let me see if I can actually share it a different way. There you go.
To win the game today.
はい、とても良いチームだというふうに思いました。ボールのパス回しも素晴らしかったです。だし、最終的に我々負けてしまいました。勝たれてしまいました。
プレミアの開幕まであと2週間です。日本には多くの入荷するサポーターもいます。サポーターに向けて新シーズンへの意気込みをお願いします。
Okay, there are 2 weeks
ありがとう。
the season starts with Newcastle, and in Japan we do have a lot of Newcastle supporters. So, any messages to them?
Yeah, we have the best fans in the world. I'm thankful for them to come here to support us everywhere. So we are so grateful for have them in our side.
私たちのサポーターですね、世界最強の最高のサポーターだというふうに思っております。今日も応援いただきありがとうございました。
ニューカッスルユナイテッドブルーノ・ギマライス選手でした。ありがとうございました。
Thank you very
Arigato,
much.
Japan. We love you.
Arigato. Arigato, Japan. We love you, says Bruno Guimaraes. Look at the fans right there. Hit the like button, folks. Hit the like button. Let's reach to as many as we can. Of course, we're going to be doing a match reaction here. There we go. That's the Japanese player about to speak right there. If I see anybody else coming on, I will definitely bring them up. Well, what can we make of this match? It's look, I mean, it is a preseason, right? So I guess if we look at it that way, it's I guess we shouldn't react too hard about it, but it is a loss nonetheless. And Geordie fans are very much, uh, you know, really tough fans, and we want to perform. As simple as that. We want to win, and that's just like any fan. And obviously, we're going to get heated about it. I want to know your opinion about the game, by the way. So definitely let me know what you're thinking, and so we can make it happen. Read your comments, and of course, you direct this thing right now. So there you go. Amrit says, you kick, you lose. There you go. Ian Fleming, of course. Thank you, mate. AG, of course, in the chat. I don't think that this is this a. Let me see, real quick. Is this a? This is not Oh, there you go. Subscribers. We got to make a subscribers base, man. Always. All right. If we get any images from anybody else relating the tune, we're going to bring it up, of course. Beer Viking says we need a show. Is it time for Murphy to go? Well, I mean, look, I mean, he's played good this preseason, except today. He had a quiet game on against Uruguay in the first half, and then obviously, but then he starts scoring, and so you got to take that in consideration. I don't want to go overboard, really, but you can definitely tell that certainly great to see. Yeah, of course, it's been great to see how it looks. Definitely with the white shorts, I didn't think it was going to look as good. I thought black shorts would be better, but I think it looked great. So yeah, the shirt is amazing. Edmund Cunyan Therapy says, "Wow, Yokohama, really Yokohama." Well, yeah, yeah, we got beat by that team 2-0. It's certainly not a positive when it comes to the result. But if we gotta assess the game, I don't really. I think the first 25 minutes were on fire to a certain extent from either end, right? Um, but it just wasn't enough though. The 25 minutes we got tired. The heat probably got to us, but at the end of the day, it's even though it is a reasoning, it can't be an excuse as to why maybe the result was the one it was. But we can't overreact. I understand Beer Viking, obviously doesn't like Murphy, but I think that out of the two that we got, he is the best option. But let me ask you, Beer, do you think that Almiron is better than Murphy? Let me ask you that, and you can answer. And all of you, actually, you can comment. I thought that Sanusi was pretty canny to see him perform. He came on for Harvey Barnes, of course, and now he plays on the left side. So how much is he going to play if Gordon is active on the lineup? Because you already got Harvey Barnes trying to be there. I know that Harvey Barnes is probably going to look somewhere else, maybe like a false nine or a 10, maybe on the right side. So I think Sanusi was a good appearance tonight, and we'll have to see where it goes. He came out of the pitch hurt, though. We'll have to assess the injury. Unfortunately, that's probably the first injury right there. Don't know what's happening with Isak. He came off the pitch as well, being in pain with the shoulder thing. I don't think that it was a big thing, but we'll have to monitor because we just never know. We'll never know. And so, it's look, it's a difficult game to assess because you don't know what to take serious. We made so many changes. We made literally, and actually, let me try to share my screen if I may, with you fellas and ladies. Right there, you see. Look at all those changes. Look at all those. Let me try to zoom in real quick. There you go. Look at all those changes. Don't forget the ad here. I don't know. Look at all those changes from that side. They literally changed everybody, by the way, and they are informed. Us, we made substantial changes. Vlacadimos came out, of course, and you got Lewis Hall, Fabian Scher, Lloyd Kelly, Livermento, Joe Linton, Bruno, Harvey Barnes, Isak, and those are the ones that left. Almiron, of course, got 90 minutes. Longstaff got 90 minutes. But you can clearly tell the difference when Joe Linton and Guimaraes comes off the pitch because Longstaff is the king of the midfield, and obviously the king is not ruling properly his kingdom properly in that midfield. I mean, he's literally not he's not somebody you can depend on, and it is unfortunate, but it is what's happening, and it is what happened last season. So you would assume that when Tonali comes on, he's going to play over him. You would assume that, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Jordy, I mean, Eddie Howe is a different type of lad, man. He's very, very loyal to a fault at times. Jordy Tune for Life just didn't take our chances. The second half was just a run out and a bit of a mess, if I'm honest. You can tell they don't know each other's games. Well, that's one take right there. Queen of Hearts is the Longstaff score for the opposition. No, I don't think he did. I don't think he did. So that's a positive. Rear Viking Murphy's first mistake led to his second mistake, which led to the goal, taking crazy wasteful shots. I agree. I'm not going to disagree on the error. Of course, I think that's all fair to you. I mean, he was everybody mentioned it, and you'll be blind to not see that. He certainly was was not good. Was not he wasn't simple as that. Everybody excited over Zen's Sanusi, whatever. Sanusi, yeah. AG says a bit disappointed with the result, but the climate will factor. The Sella Cup will be a different story. Well, it will have to be. Well, it will have to be. But see, we're not playing against the weak teams either. At least in the first game, I believe we played Girona. I think it's the first game. But regardless, we do play Girona, who is a team that's fighting for La Liga, and so a surprising team, a Leicester-like a team in the Premier League. So we'll have to see. I don't think it's going to be an easy walk in the park. However, there's a next match against Brest that might be easier. But then you're going to be playing at home, so no excuses as far as weather is concerned. So that's that. We'll have to see how that goes, how that goes on. Brian Scott, someone type his name so I can learn. Sanusi, man, Sanusi's name is spelled like this: Sanusi, Sanusi. Warren says Norman, no Figgle, no Keep Murphy. There's no beta guy, beta buys, mate. I'm lost. I lost in the translation there. Majority doesn't work properly. Majority translation. LATT says our best 11 is at the level. After that, not sure. It will take time. Well, That's a good take right there because obviously you look at the lineups, it's not looking good. I don't think that we have enough. Look at this is the subs available for today. Jay Turner Cook, Jamie Miley didn't play. I don't know. I don't know why he didn't play. He could have possibly had an opportunity there, but he didn't. He didn't play at all. Cathal Heffernan, John Rudy, who's a goalkeeper, uh, Alfie Harrison, Jamal Lewis, who came on, Trevon Sanusi, who was actually decent, Jacob Murphy, Ben Parkinson, Dan Murphy, Harrison Ashby, Emil Kraft, well, obviously Nick Pope is not a substitution, but he would be a starter. But regardless, those are goalkeepers, right? So today, those were our subs, and I don't think that a lot of those are really any improvement. I will say this: we have not improved our squad whatsoever. There was a discussion on the fans forum. We where some said that we did improve the team with Blacademos, with Rudy, with Kelly, with Pivas that came on, and there's another guy, Finneran from Blackburn, and who was the? Did we officialize somebody yesterday? There's another kid, maybe. There's another kid somewhere, maybe, and so, but that to me, that those are not improvements. Just keep it simple as it is. These are not improvements on the squad. It doesn't make us title contenders. It doesn't make us better as a team. Because remember, all these people that came on today, all these people that get switched over, that get subbed out, subbed in, it's just preseason madness, man. This doesn't happen in real Premier League games or professional competitions. You only get a few changes in. You only get a few players in. So the ones that you bring in, you need to make sure that they are, literally uh, assets and can improve the team. We have not brought a good reinforcement for the team. And I told everybody I'm going to be positive. I can have a lot to go on and to be negative. I have a lot to go on with that, but I'm not going to. I'm going to be positive. I'm going to let it play out. The mighty wind has groomed me into this. The mighty wind's always grooming, but that I need to be patient. That I need to stay positive. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to be positive until the end of the window, right? After the window, if we don't make any signings, if we continue this, which is getting tougher and tougher, by the way. This is the third. We got the whole month left. We'll see what happens. And we're gonna have a special, by the way, special shows on the last day of the transfer window. More than likely, we're gonna have like 4 or 5 shows with different people because anything can happen at any moment given time in the last day of the transfer window. So we're gonna have to see. So we got something lined up that I'm thinking. Um, but yeah, so until then, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna be positive. I'm gonna just let it be. I'm gonna be just clapping away. But if it doesn't, I'm gonna be ready for war because I just don't. I don't see where the improvement is because there isn't. Even Lloyd Kelly, as decent as I thought today was a game for Lloyd Kelly, I thought he was good. I think it was decent, good movements. But I mean, I'm not gonna go overboard. The jury's still out on him. He's got a horrible injury record that we're gonna have to see how he performs. It's just only fair, right, to not ignore his injury record. So we'll have to see. Jury's still out. Fabian Scher, of course, coming on after vacation. He was chilling in Italy, having fun. Um, didn't look great today. Livramento active, but not so active when it comes to finishing plays. Lewis Hall all over the place in a good, positive way. He's trying to push up the offensive play. He's trying to defend. He's going over there. He's going over here. He's relieving his fellow teammates. So I think Lewis Hall is going to be the starter left back um, for this team. And the fact that Eddie put Lloyd Kelly as a center back and Lewis Hall as a left back confirms the fact that that I think Lewis Hall will be the starter. And there's no, I mean, obviously, if Lloyd Kelly needs to sub in on the left side for some reason, I'm sure he might use him there. But I don't think that's going to be his ongoing position for the Premier League. Um, Warren has not been inspired by Livermento lately concerning. There you go. I mean, the few games, the starting of the preseason, he did all right, I think, but today wasn't a good one. 80s gamer 82 says Jacob Murphy had a stinker. Yo, man, he did. Yeah, he did on that play. That was a poor play, to say the least. Shout out to Brian. A Jesus, think Tino's still not 100% fit. Ian Fleming, my shirt just came Chris. Thanks. Looks great. Lovely, man. Appreciate that. We're looking to give away another shirt pretty soon of our merchandise. So go to the website nufctalk.tv and check it out. Of course, we're going to be giving a shirt away pretty soon, probably. So only for members. So you got to become a member if you want to participate in our weekly and a monthly raffles, because we got to give something away. It's already August 3rd. Every month we give something away, but also sometimes in between we do give we randomly give stuff away, but we guarantee once a month. And also you get exclusive content, live shows for members only. So become a member, help us support the channel, and yeah, and you know, you'll get a lot of stuff coming your way. So congrats, Ian, and thank you, mate. Thank you. All right. Appreciate the AG says, what one you get, Ian, mate? The polo shirts are always quality, are class quality. I think he got the American mags. You know, he's from Scotland, but he got the American mags. So that's lovely. Um, there you go. Let me see if more comments. Shout out to Jake as well. It says yes, it does improve the squad. So you think getting Vlaco Demos, and I'm asking, listen, I'm not really getting into a debate really. I'm just asking you. You think that Lloyd Kelly, you think with the injury record that he has, and you already have Fabian Scher and Dan Burn, um, and of course the talks that we're getting Mark Gay. Um, I don't know. We'll see if that was going to happen or not. But do you think that Lloyd Kelly, with his record, do you think that Vlacodemus, do you think that Rudy being let go of his previous club, being an older guy, do you think when already we have Gillespie, do you think that Pivas, who's not going to get any time, do you think that Finneran, who's another young lad who's not going to be given any time, these are for the academy type. Do you think those are improvements, Jake? Let me ask you that. You know, and we're just I'm just asking a fair question. I think. Um, so there you go. And as far as other players is concerned, I mean, long stuff is. I mean, is it even worth to keep talking about long stuff? To be honest with you, it's hard to watch him, man. It's hard to watch long stuff play, but it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. Niall says hard to watch today, but got to be positive. Sanusi and Harrison showed up well. Don't know about Harrison, but definitely Sanusi was very active. He needs to better that last play though. That last pass could be better, I would think. And but of course, really good talent, really agile, fast. Loaded to see him, to be honest. Jordy Tune for life. Chris, remember we have Trippier, Wilson, Gordon, Tonali, Botman, all to come back and boost the squad. Botman is going to be gone for a long time. Tonali is going to coming up soon. I'm really excited for Tonali. Gordon, of course. Wilson, you can never count on. So I wouldn't even count him. I think that would be he'll just be somebody that comes in and scores every now and then. He has proven uh, that he is not going to stay fit, no matter what you do, no matter how they treat him, no matter how he treats himself. I don't know. He's not going to stay fit. So you count on somebody that's you literally not going to be available. So that's why I don't count Wilson. I think he must be a bonus when he comes on and he's available. But I don't think right now. I think that we have zero backups to the striker that are fit for the job. You can say Parkinson, but I mean he came on and not much really. But also he wasn't fed a lot of balls, so that has that argument you can use in his favor. Trippier, of course, older guy, but I mean when Trippier comes, that's fine. He can play, but I think that Livramento is very much. Going to be able to do that job, I think. But yeah, I mean, you can say that, but that is the squad that we had last season, though. Even if you take in Botman, who's not going to be a part of the season much, even if you take Wilson, who's not going to be part of the season much, and I hope I'm wrong, but I'm just guessing on what I've seen from Wilson. Even if you take all those as players that are going to be available, we have not improved from last season whatsoever. So where's the improvement? Is my thing, in my honest opinion. Um, let me say. Let me see other comments right there. Jens says result is of zero importance. How is trying to get minutes in all legs? Well, that's a fair point as well. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Foxy says been a good preseason workout for the team in Japan. Well, yeah, that's one take right there. Well, there you go. The McKinsey family live. Hey man, welcome to the channel. First time I'm seeing you. It says literally a non-important match. Well, there you go. I don't know if it's. I wouldn't know if I would go on and say that is a non-important match. Simply because I think Eddie takes it very important. He's trying to see how these players perform. I think this is the time where they're going to have to show what they're all about. If this isn't the time, then I don't know what time is going to be, because these players, young players like Sanusi, like Harrison, like like Ashby, who's already been loaned out before, like Jamal Lewis, like Sanusi, we would have never known. So Ben Parkinson, he got a yellow card today, by the way. Um, it's Murphy, even who is a regular on the squad, who says, "Well, there's no right back. This is my time to shine." Makes a mistake today. Had a few games before, so Eddie is going to take this important on an important basis, because he has to assess what he is going to do. Who's he going to keep? Who's he going to loan out? Or so I think it's important for him. I agree with that. The result is not really that important. I mean, you can assess something from the result, which is that defensively we were in. We made some amateur like mistakes. The one like Jacob Murphy did was tough. I mean, you cannot get pushed to the side like that by any attacker, and he certainly was. So I think there are some things that you can take away from this game for sure. Um, Niall says no one will remember this if we finish top four, but we definitely need that right wing in RCB. Well, I agree with you, but we gotta finish top four, don't we? So we gotta take it one game at a time. I'm not, I'm obviously speaking on this game that just happened literally uh less than 20 minutes ago. So or 20 minutes ago. We got to talk about the game that's in front of us, and that's just behind us, and not what we can. I think that we have the capabilities of finishing top four again. Certainly, that's going to be the objective. In I don't think that. I mean, the mighty win thinks that we can finish. We can finish. We can fight for the title. I don't know about that, but I mean, I think that we are definitely fighting for the numbers four spot. Europe for sure. Queen of Heart, we have not proper equipment that I would use, and believe me, that's what I call proper. Jordy Two for life. Also, Willock to add it to the list. Like I said before, oh yeah, Willock could be an improvement. We have to see. He has to stay healthy as well. Um, yeah, yeah, Niall, they have it wrong, of course, but it's fine. I know where they played. Um, Tonali will be impressive this new season, says Queen of Heart. Uh, Not a fan of software scores, says AG. Yeah, but that's the only one. Do you guys got any other websites that I can use to see? Because yeah, software score has been lacking when it comes to this preseason, to be honest. Um, Jen says Lloyd Kelly got something none of our C center backs got: speed in abundance. That's a fair point right there. That's a fair point. Now, supposedly Botman due back in October. We'll have to see. He might be ready to play by October, but that doesn't mean that he's ready, is it? Vincent, thank you, Vincent. You are a member. You were gifted a membership, I think, by Trolls, maybe, and certainly, welcome you to the membership, and of course, hopefully you join us. Continue to join us as a member, as you can help us, and of course, get exclusive content and giveaways. It says, missed the game. Were there any positives to take from it? Well, Sanusi is, I think, the most positive thing that you can take from this game. He was a revelation, to be honest. No, I didn't. I mean, I knew he was fast, and he can. He has some things. Obviously, that's why he was taken to Japan. But the fact that he was literally breaking through the defense on the left side, and he just had to adjust that last pass and be in sync. But that also takes practice and repetition. So I think that that's what that's what he was missing, and of course the understanding, the communication with Almiron, who, by the way, started playing central, basically centrally like a 10, which is what he naturally is. By the way, Almiron plays as a number 10. Now we don't play with a 10, so that's why we moved him to the right side. But the fact that he was playing on, I saw a lot of positives also from Almiron playing central. But that's the thing. The biggest question is Eddie ever going to change his playing style to accommodate what he has? He hasn't done that. Only one time I think he changed it against Man City. I believe he played line of five, and but he's not usually the type of guy to do that. So Interesting, but yeah, that's one of the positives. A few positives I can take away from today. Uh, Butman won't be rushed. That's gimme. And whoever gave me a member, thank you. There you go. I think it was Charles. But there you go. Bit surprised, Niall. He didn't bring Jay Miley on for long stuff. Maybe Jay Miley will start in the Sella Cup. Yeah, he's given opportunities though, so we'll have to see. Vincent says, "I'm worried about Howe's reluctance to move Miggy on, or maybe we just can't find a buyer." I think it's either. I think it's both. To be honest, I think it's both. The referee should have had Yokohama jersey on. Yeah, he was definitely a bit biased, wasn't he? He was making a few plays that wasn't. Um, he was calling something against us that, I mean, that weren't fouls. Cheers, mate. Usually just lurking and listening in the background. Great channel, though. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Vincent. Appreciate that, mate. Appreciate that kind word. Those kind words. Always hitting the like button on every video. Keep up the good quality. There you go. Warren says Botman might be Eddie ready, but will he be Buns ready? Correct. Yeah, there we go. Bear Viking, Mighty Miggy better than Murphy. Murphy is a French player. Um, Eddie trusts Miggy to play other positions. Yeah, but he never plays him in other positions, though, to be honest. He always puts him on the right side. I think that if you centralize him, I think we'll be able to get um, a better performances by Miggy. That's what I can say. Um, it is tough because of the way I mean 4-3-3. That's there's only so many places Miggy can play. So I don't know. I don't know. Again, if Isak is out for some reason and you don't have a proper striker and you have to put somebody there, kind of like a false nine, maybe Miguel Almiron could. Maybe you can try that. Maybe you can try Harvey Barnes there as well. I know that's reaching, and some folks don't like it, but look, essentially a number 10 is a false nine, man. It's just characteristics, really. And Almiron is a 10. That's originally what his position is. And obviously, he's been playing a right wing for the tune, which he did well at one point, but not his natural position. Um, Maka says, "What was Murphy doing on the second goal so bad?" Yeah, that's you're right. He was bad. There's no denying that one. So he has those mental mistakes, I guess. So that just cannot happen. It cannot happen. John Mitchell, I might be wrong in saying this, but every time a goal is scored, it always it always discuss how it could have been avoided. In my opinion, most goals at any level are scored by mistakes. If no mistakes, no goals. Yeah, but this is a mistake that you, as a professional footballer, I don't think. I mean, if it was a mistake like this on every team, their fan base would be outraged on every single team every single time. Because you're literally letting somebody push you out the way to get the ball, and it's not like they literally pushed you to where it's a foul and they didn't call it. It's literally their man moving you to get the ball, and I don't think that can be allowed. To be honest, I mean, look, I think the majority will say that Murphy made a mistake. And like you say, you kind of right. I mean, goals are made of mistakes, but also there's I believe in better offense, good defense, but better offense. And I mean, if goals can be scored in multiple ways, but and you're right, there could be a mistake involved, but not this type of mistake. I don't think to be allowed or not be criticized, to say the least. Niall, was Miggy even playing today? Beer. Well, he did play. He played the whole game. Yeah. He played the whole game, man. So as far as the going back to the uh, to the player by player type thing, I think Blanco Demos didn't have much going on. I mean, he got scored on twice, but that's good. I guess. I mean, not good, but he didn't have uh, any faults or anything. Lloyd Kelly, like I said, decent game, not great, not bad, decent game. Fabian Schär wasn't as good as he's always been. Lewis Hall terrific. Livermento not as good as he could be. Bruno carrying the midfield, of course, and really lobbing passes, passing through balls, and just basically creating for everybody in the midfield. I think Bruno is top notch, and he won't disappoint this season again. Joe Linton very tough, being the tank, being the enforcer of the midfield. One thing that I need to say is that he needs to calm down. In the Premier League, if he starts shoving and elbowing people, he will be sent off every time. And we need somebody that's smart. So I know that there are some things that can annoy him, but you got to be smart about it. And there's a bit of an elbow shove to the Japanese player for pulling his shirt. I think that you know it. You got to be better at that. The McKenzie family seems terrible from us, but it was only a friendly, no injuries. I agree. No injuries. Jury's still out because I don't know what's going to happen with Sanusi. He had to be sent up. He had to come off, as well as Alexander Isak's shoulder. You just got to keep an eye on it. Not nothing crazy, but just got to keep an eye on it. Of course. Um, so there you go. I don't think anybody else was hurt or looked hurt, but yeah, I agree with you. Um, Longstaff poor, but that's just regular on him, to be honest. So nothing new there. Up front, Miguel Almiron, when he played centralized, when he wasn't a right winger, I think he performed better. Um, didn't understand he didn't understand Sanusi's style of play a lot, so he was making runs that Sanusi wasn't passing it that way. So, but that's communication and lack of practice together. So, but I think that Almiron was decent with Sanusi. That combo was nice in the second half. Alexander Isak, of course, you know what you expect from Isak, but had to come off. So a bit concerned from that hit. He fell hard, but will have to be assessed. Harvey Barnes, quiet game again. Quiet game. Had a few opportunities where he could have finished better, twice at least. And I've been defending Harvey Barnes now, so we'll have to, we'll have to see. Um, not look. I've been defending Harvey Barnes. You guys know if you're not new to the channel, and but he's gonna have to finish better. He's gonna have to perform better because at the end of the day, you're either gonna do it or not, or you're gonna be on the sidelines. So he can create a great play, but he has to be able to finish. As simple as that. Shout out to Peter Woe or Wolf, saying a ref was biased. AF, stop any momentum bias. Yeah, that's true too. He was definitely seemed to be biased. Um, and Joe Linton was upset about that one as well. Joe Linton was very upset. And but again, you got to control yourself. Got to control yourself. The McKenzie family, nothing new about Longstaff. No, unfortunately not, mate. Unfortunately not. And Niall Powell says, "Did anyone notice Bruno refusing to pass the Miggy out wide?" No, didn't notice that actually. Did not notice that. But look, like, it will be look. It happens it happens when you play with your mate, right? Um, I don't know if it would happen on professional football, but then again, they are human beings just like us, so it does happen. I don't think I tend to believe that players won't just pass to a guy who they don't think can play. But this is professional football. But at the end of the day, like I said, they're human beings, and we do it when we play with our mates. Sometimes we got this kid that we don't want. He ain't good at all, but he's just there. That's fine. You don't pass him the ball as much. Um, so it could have. I guess there's a room for it to happen, but I don't know that was the case though. I think Almiron was decent in the middle. When he's on the right wing position, man, he's not good there, man. He's not good. How many times is he going to be playing in the middle though? Not many, I think. So that's why I think that moving on is the best option. And the right winger, we need a right winger. That's a fact. Niall says Barnes had a good first 20 minutes. Unfortunately, his finishing touch was off. Yeah, 100%, 100%. Um, Warren says, I'm not worried. Two new signings and Tonali back, then Longstaff and Miggy will simply disappear. Well, that's a fair point. But the thing is that in the Mighty Wind is doing the same thing. We're assuming that we're going to get signings, but I don't see any inclination that we will. Other teams are making moves. You tell me why West Ham United are signing Fulkrug and we can't. Fulkrug, Champions League finalist, I think that Falker would have been a nice addition to this club. I think Serhu Garasi would have been a nice striker addition for this team, and that's somebody that his clause was literally 17, 18 million to leave, and Borussia Dortmund said, "Wait a minute, that's he's scoring this many goals and this that cheap. I'm gonna give you all the money you want." So I think that I just see moves out there that I don't now listen. They are working. They know better than us. They know what's happening. So it could be unfair for us to just say stuff. So that's why I decided to be positive and wait until the end of the transfer window and go from there. Vincent, I'm not convinced that we will sign a right wing, to be honest, which would be disappointed. Well, we're very quiet now. The Mark Gay stuff came out of nowhere by David Ornstein, which has always had good info. Again, you're always going to find detractors and people that don't believe in this guy. Well, I don't believe that he's going to have haters, just like Fabrizio Romano has haters, just like Ben Jacobs has haters, just like all these guys. Everybody doesn't like everybody, and media outlets as well. You say, well, the Sun said this. Well, the Sun is shite. Okay, well, the Daily Mail said this. The Daily Mail is shite. Well, if you said Sky Sports, but they like Man United. You can't believe nobody nowadays. You got to believe something. You got to believe something, and if they want to keep their reputation and sell, they have to be right. That's more than wrong, right? Now the Chronicle, although I defend media, the Chronicle, man, I don't know what's gotten to them. They literally put titles that have nothing to do with their reports. It's it's getting really bad, to be honest. And although I like to quote the Chronicle on a lot of things, and I still go and search for news there, but they got to do better, man. They're really disappointing at times. But Mackenzie Live says Tino has had a baddish 2 games, but think he'll sort it out. Beer says Yusufa Mukoko has decided to join Olympique Marseille. There you go. Niall Powell, Falkirk is 31 and would not play when we have Isak. But you need a backup, man. You need a backup. You need somebody that can sub in. You need somebody that could play FA Cups if you need him to. If you injure, you need somebody to come in when Isak is injured. You need somebody. We have nobody, as you folks would say, nobody at all. Nobody, man. Callum Wilson is non-existent. He can score goals. Mighty Win was asking yesterday an unfair question, by the way, saying, "Can you guarantee Callum Wilson to score 10, 15 goals?" No, you cannot. Because he's not, you don't know how many games he's going to be off. Last season, he was able to score. Last season, he was able to play some games, but you cannot guarantee he's going to be off. He's going to be injured. And I hope I'm wrong, and I hope he fixes his issues. But you can, come on, the proof is in the pudding, man. So why would you count on somebody that's, you don't know when he's going to play or not? And who are you going to trust? Parkinson, young guy, not mature yet, and you don't have a backup striker. You don't. Um, Serhu Garazi, what about him? Didn't go get him. And at this point, I wasn't keen on saying Ivan Tony back, but at this point, but I don't know. Ivan Tony might be a problem in the locker room, to be honest. So there you go. Let's keep moving. Vincent says, Chris, would you like to see being who would you like to see being captain for the season? Ooh, that's an interesting question. I do think that the captain should be Joe Linton. I think Joe Linton should be the captain of this team. I think he qualifies for everything. He's going to be on the pitch, which is important. You need your captain to be on the pitch. He is an enforcer. He is an authority. He is somebody that actually backs it up with his play. Somebody that knows English. Somebody that can fulfill that captain role. I don't think it should be Longstaff, because if you can't back it up on your play, I'm sorry. And I don't even think Longstaff is that much of a leader, to be honest. I haven't seen him, be proactive in that sense. Look, Dan Burn has been the captain. I don't have any issues with that. I think Dan Burn is a captain, one of the captains of this team. He has been the captain when he's come on the pitch. But I think Joe Linton is, you know what I'm saying? It's a different type, different sauce, man. Joe Linton is dynamite, a tank. somebody that everybody listens to. And but also you can argue that Joe Linton is already a captain. He doesn't need that. Maybe you can give it to somebody that needs the umph, and that could be Bruno Guimaraes. But he's also to be that leader, the vocal leader, um, because in the play he always backs it up. So there's no issues there. But I think it could be. I think it should be Joe Linton, in my honest opinion. Um, but like you said right there, he needs to be smarter with his aggression. But yes, all players could take a page from his book, no question. Um, yeah, there you go. Chronicle is a Manchester paper now, so it's biased. Well, there you go. Fulcro won't sit on the bench. Osula is coming in. Well, it has to be confirmed, right? It has to be confirmed. We certainly put it out there as a new development on the channel. We had a great stuff, great show, and about it, great turnout from folks. And we'll have to see. We'll have to see. It's same for Gay. We put it out as an Ornstein exclusive, and hopefully it turns out that way. Thank you so much to the one and only Jen's guarded tune. Hopefully, I'm saying your last name right, man. I'm bad at last names. Everybody knows that. But you just became a member. Appreciate that support, mate. Thank you so much for that. And of course, you're going to enjoy a lot of stuff, private shows for news shows for members, the daily extra coming up next week, I believe. Unless we have a game in the middle that we can't do it. The lounge room, the NUFC lounge room. I sit back here and drink a couple pints, and we discuss things, privately with the rest of the guys. We also got the Once Upon a Time podcast. That is, we go back in time and talk about the history of Newcastle United, which you can go back right now and watch them on the replay. And those are always good to go back on because they have no limits in time like news shows do. You can go back and watch them. We have a lot of stuff for members, giveaways. We're going to be doing a giveaway pretty soon, if not on Monday. Monday is probably going to be the giveaway, the monthly giveaway. But we've also given stuff randomly. We do it. I think it's always great for the people to get stuff and to give back to the folks. So thank you, Jens, and everybody that becomes a member. I think that's lovely. So there you go. All right, look. I think we've talked about it. I think I've said my piece on this, and I think it's been great. Lovely to have you guys on, of course. Um, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Niall says, Jen said it only took 2 months for Chris to get my name. Well, I keep calling him Neil. I keep calling him Neil, but he never said anything. You never said. In all fairness, you never corrected me. And then he says he tried to come on, I think, and he said my name is Niall. And I was like, oh man, I feel bad for calling your name like that, Neil, for 2 months. And in that show that he corrected me, I kept calling him Neil, and then kept saying, "Oh man, never mind, Niall." And then I went back. Neil says, "Oh man, it was a great show though, great show, but uh it was tough. It was tough for Niall, I think, but no, it's all good." Um, well, Warren says personally don't appreciate being called a member. Well, you are a member of the channel so far, so I mean, I get, you know, it is what it is, man. But thank you to all of our members. Help us out, and it's a tremendous help, of course, that you guys do, and it's lovely to have you guys on. Listen, this is a channel that we are uncensored. You can say anything when it comes to football takes, as long as you don't insult people, you don't call people out of the name. You can curse if you want to within the football boundaries, but don't call people f this, effing blah blah blah. That's because that gets disrespectful. That gets the chat riled up, and then all of a sudden it becomes a nightmare to deal with. So thank you to the mods, of course, and for doing their work. But it is an uncensored channel. I mean, you can say people come here, Newcastle fans come on and says, "Look, I think Eddie Howe needs to be sacked." Oh, that's their opinion. That's their opinion. It is what it is. It is a football opinion, to say the least. Now, if they come on and says, effing Eddie Howe, blah blah blah, and start insulting, calling names, and be vulgar about it, that's a different thing, right? But yeah, everybody has an opinion. Of course, we allow it here. Shout out to Warren says Joe Chris, a member in America is well, there you go. But anyways, appreciate all your support. Thank you for watching NUFC Talk TV. It's great to have all of you. We're growing nicely. Only 6 months in the business, and we've done our rit, as you folks would say. So shout out to PDK as well with the pint there. Grab a pint, grab a tab. By the way, Bruno Genius, cheers, Chris. Get some rest now. Yeah, I'm going. Well, I wish I got some rest. It's 7:30 in the morning. I gotta go cut grass, man. I gotta get to work, right? But I will get some rest later on. Don't forget at 9 p.m. today, 9 p.m. today, the match review with the fellas, panel show, talking about the game, talking about some news, of course, but definitely going back and talking about the game, which is going to be lovely to get their takes on this game. Thank you all for your support, and I will see you on Monday. Of course, tomorrow the Geordie show as well. I'm not allowed on that one, man. They told me I'm not a proper the Geordie, so I got kicked out of that one. But anyways, thank you so much for your support. Just kidding though, and to our lovely mods, appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.